We're from Breakthrough, and today we're gonna go through a HIIT workout. To start off, we're gonna do some stretches. So let's go through the warm-up. We're gonna do a downward dog walkout. Take it nice and slow. Walking all the way out to a plank, you hold it for a second, push on back up. Just getting the muscles warmed up. Make sure your abs are engaged and everything's squeezing. All right, next one we're gonna go into is kind of a little knee to chest and go into a lunge. Let's start it up. Again, everything nice and slow. You want to feel the good stretch. You don't have to go down all the way if anything bothers your knees. All right, and for the next one, we're going to be dropping down to the ground. All right, so next we're going to be doing a hip flexor stretch into a hamstring stretch, a little bit dynamic. If you have any knee pain like Sahana, feel free to put, a pillow or a yoga mat down to help save those knees. But we're gonna go into a hip flexor stretch, so make sure you do a posterior pelvic tilt. You should feel a stretch kind of in the front of that back leg. And then we're gonna rock back, going into a little hamstring stretch, and hold for a little bit. And then we're gonna rock right back up, going into that hip flexor stretch. So again, do that little tuck so you feel it, and rock it back. And back up. Again, a good hip flexor stretch, and back down, and back up. All right, we're gonna switch into the other side. Again, get everything nice and set up. Make sure the pillow's where you need it. Again, we're gonna do that little posterior pelvic tilt so you feel that stretch in the front of the hip. And rocking it back to feel that stretch in the hamstring of this front leg. Back up to the hip flexor. Make sure you do that posterior pelvic tilt so you're tucking those hips under. You want to feel that stretch in here. Going back. Back up. All right, so that's the end of the warm-up. So let's get into the actual workout. I'm gonna do the harder version. Sahana's gonna do the easier version, so follow along.
All right, now that our muscles are nice and warm and stretched out, let's dive into our exercises. The next one we're gonna do are called atomic planks. I'm gonna show the easier version in an incline, and Danielle is, of course, gonna show the harder version. Let's go. Okay, let's begin. Let's make sure there's no arching in the low back when we do this. Nice and slow. Keep going. We're going to continue this for 20 seconds. And rest. Let's move on to the second set. And let's go. Make sure you're working those core muscles. Okay, moving on to the next one. Danielle is going to demonstrate a curtsy lunge with hip abduction, which is the harder version, and I'll be demonstrating the curtsy lunge with the heel raise, which is a slightly modified version. We're going to do 2 sets, 20 seconds each. Let's go. Okay, let's move on to the second set. Make sure your knees are not riding over your toes. We don't want our knees to squint in. All right, the next one is an overhead press with high knees. Danielle is using higher weights, I'm using lower weights. You can also do this without any weights. So we're gonna do 2 sets of 20. Let's go. When you're pressing overhead, let's make sure we don't have any shrugging in the shoulder. Keep those core muscles nice and tight. Be aware of what your leg that's on the ground is doing. Okay, let's go to the next set. Repeat. Ensure that the leg that's on the ground is nice and straight and you're working the glutes on that side. Overhead press with your neck muscles nicely relaxed. And we're almost there. Keep those core muscles going. Okay. Okay, I hope your heart rate is up. The next one we're gonna do is a squat jump with hand touching to the floor. I'm gonna show the easier version, which is without a jump, and Danielle is gonna show the harder version with the jump. Let's go. We're gonna do 2 sets of 20. Begin. Again, maintain a good squat. Make sure your knees are within your toes. There's no medial collapse of your knees. Okay, let's move on to the second set. Let's go. Begin. Keep your form going. Usually by the second set, we start losing our form because our body is fatigued. So pay special attention to your form. Okay, the last one in our exercise series is a lateral hop with a hand touch, which Danielle is going to be demonstrating. I'm going to show just the step to the side variation. We're going to do 2 sets of 20. Let's go. Again, make sure your form is good here. Knee stays right on top of your second toe. Okay, let's move on to the second set. Begin.
All right, hopefully you survived that HIIT workout. We're now gonna get into the cool down. So we're gonna go for a wide leg stance. We're gonna do some nice toe sweeps. So we're gonna go down to the one side, slowly making it across to the other side, standing all the way back up. Same thing, but going down that same leg. Slowly going across and up. We're just gonna keep this nice little pattern going as we're cooling down those muscles. Sweep it all the way over and back up. All right, we're then gonna come down into a downward dog, but doing some ankle pumps. Make it a nice, easy stretch. You don't have to push super hard, but you want things to feel that good cool down. Do whatever feels pretty good. You can hold one stretch a little bit longer. You can do nice little bounces in and out. Right, now we're coming down to the ground. So we're gonna do some cat camels. So you're gonna do hands and knees. And you're gonna just drop your belly kind of down to the floor. If you don't have any neck pain, kind of arch and look it up. Then you kind of round the other way, so you suck that belly button in. And again, now you drop the belly to the ground. Again, just nice and easy. Feel free to move at your own pace, but we're pushing it back up. Feeling that stretch between the shoulder blades. Drop it down. Again, keep moving back and forth. Nice and easy stretching. Make sure you're breathing nice and controlled. All right. And that concludes our cool down, which means you just made it through that HIIT workout. Good job, keep following along.